Hello viewers, my name is Adam.
I'm Aaron.
This is Seeking Media Productions. And this video, we're going to be reviewing Avengers Endgame.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's just been okay.
I mean, did it blow my mind? No. Was I entertained? Yes. But let's just go ahead and knock this one out of the park. That movie was way longer than it needed to be. It was at least an hour and 30 minutes longer than it should.
Yeah, about hour 30 minutes. Let's just say that what they showed wasn't worth the full 3 hours.
It really wasn't. And the payoff just didn't feel earned.
We look at this as the scope of the entire MCU.
We're like the scope of the MCU so far as what leads up to this Infinity Saga.
Yeah, and a saga that over the course of 11 years, starting from back 2008 into 2019, 22 films.
Exactly.
Well, if you're counting Spider-Man Far From Home, which
you kind of have to.
It's like that's the epilogue, so 23.
Yeah. Yeah, just okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was going to go back and say and judge the entire saga as a whole, I would name it a good series. Not a great, not an amazing, and nowhere near an epic.
Most of the problem dealt with MCU, at least to us anyway, is that they too often simplify the comic book aspect of what they're doing. And there are things in these movies that they very surprised on how much they were able to adapt from the comic book.
Yeah.
Once you go full comic book, I think at this from back to the midway point of these 22 films, you should just embrace the comic book aspects to all these films.
Very true.
People have earned them. They sat through them. No matter how long, varying degrees of what movie or quality they are, people like the superhero movies in general.
But let's focus mainly on the Infinity War movie, specifically Endgame.
Two-part.
Well, yeah, you're right. The two-part. The Infinity War and then Endgame. There were a lot of characters that I feel as though never really got their pay due. You introduced so many heroes throughout the span of your saga, and then in these two films is supposed to be the major collision of all those characters to come. And don't get me wrong, I understand it's a hefty toll to try and balance that type of storyline that involves so many beloved characters or characters that you just haven't got the chance to see before. But you have a responsibility as a director and as a storyteller to, when you show these characters, to give them some form of gravity or space within their story, within the movie itself, and I feel as though they did not achieve that. There's characters like Scarlet Witch, who I feel as though who's supposed to be, at this point, probably one of the most powerful characters other than Captain Marvel, who they established.
When they established in Endgame that
she was able to hold him off on her own for so long. I'm like, where's the storyline? Hell, he just made it a joke in the movie, to be honest with you, in that part where it's like, who are you? What's your point?
Yeah, clearly they did not foresee how successful Black Panther was.
Oh God, yeah, let's go on that. The treatment towards black characters or characters of a minority, class,
they dropped the ball.
They really do.
Mainly in Endgame.
Yeah.
Is where they really dropped the ball, because you could tell from the 2/3 up to that point, they must have forgotten. They just noticed,
oh crap, we have characters that are not white.
Oh my God, we snapped away half the characters of the so-called universe, and this is what happened. You snapped away all majority of the minority characters.
Which I'm I'm scratching my head. I'm trying to figure out at what point was that okay? I mean, of course, you kept characters like Okoye and the War Machine. They were there.
Okoye, she barely in Endgame. She only basically had 1 minute worth of screen time,
and she wasn't really even in the film. And then you look at War Machine. War Machine has always been up to the point that Don Cheadle had did I say his name?
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, Don Cheadle. Up to the point that Don Cheadle decided to take over the role. Yeah, he's always served as form of the Black Iron Man, or just the token black guy of the group. I mean, that's just wrong.
Matter of fact, the first people you see coming out of
of the gate are the black characters or the characters that
they just remembered.
Oh wait, we just forgot them, so we might as well throw them out first. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't count. It's not the same thing. Sorry.
Nah. And talk about going back. We're talking about Infinity War and Endgame at the same time here because you can't really talk about Endgame
one without the other one. And I feel as though they did. If anything, they kind of, lack for a better word, they kind of blew their load in the Infinity War movie, and didn't leave not enough for this film.
Oh, there's plenty enough they could have showed in Endgame.
Yeah, there's plenty, but it's the direction where they decided to go around it. Because this whole idea of going back on Infinity War. Let's talk about Infinity War, the first movie first. I actually really liked that film.
Yeah, it was great review on that.
Great review on that one. They did a good enough job on that. But then when you go into Endgame, I get it. This is supposed to, you want to have time for people to grieve the characters that were lost, but at the same time, if there are characters we didn't really get to know that much in the first place, how can you grieve for them? But whatever. I'll give you that little moment, but then that drags on entirely way longer than it should, and then you have this whole concept of the time.
Because clearly we're in the minority here, how we feel about this.
Which is to be honestly, understood. Most people who watch these films are quote unquote fans or just sucked up in the hype, and I'm like, yes, cool. The hype train is nice and all, but at the same time, have your own opinion. Yeah. And then it's like, if you're not really looking at the film for what it is as a film and not just a Marvel film,
one of missed opportunities is something that goes back to Infinity War is. They basically literally blew up the film. Blew up the scope of the storytelling.
They did.
Where you're seeing this intergalactic struggle of trying to get these stones together, trying to get to Thanos. They're going through multiple galaxies, expanding multiple. That was really
well done. But then you go into Endgame, and majority of the movies takes place on Earth, and then. You don't ever... they talk about how the snap took away half of all life on Earth and probably throughout the whole galaxy, but you never really get a sense of that because they keep it only centered on the few characters that exist and is still around.
There's there is a story that you should be telling from a greater a great spectrum. Captain Marvel, she said that there's plenty of different galaxies. Would
love to have seen a few. I understand you're not going to try and put too many scenes in one movie, but at the same time, it's like you could have used scenes of her going throughout the universe and seeing the aftermath, or at least go into freaking Wakanda and see. Because that was a huge thing. They lost their king. There's some serious ramifications for what Thanos had did. Going over towards even get to see New York, because we don't even really get a chance to see New York and what happened. No. You see a few posters, missing posters in a meeting group.
Meeting group.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's something. I'm really pretty sure that there should be very mass climate change differences that should be happening throughout. Mass riots happening everywhere. You know, a 5-year difference. Okay.
Oh, that's it. That's not just wrong. Can you move a trucking on over?
There should be a world at distress on a global scale. And we don't get any sense of that.
Hell, we should be seeing different planets going to war with this crap. It's not like they all know who Thanos is, or at least have had a clue of what was going on at that one moment, and then just didn't say, "Oh crap, you people, our people are gone. What we're gonna do? Go to war?" This is a no-brainer. But they don't go that route.
Instead, they go a time travel route,
which always, when it comes to time travel with any particular story, is always a difficult aspect to try and maneuver and try to talk about. And I don't envy anybody who tries to tackle that subject, because that is difficult.
But it's just theories at this point.
Exactly, it's just theories. We don't know exactly how time travel works, so I'm not really going to fault you on how you used it, but I will fault you on the application of when you use it, where you could have went a totally different angle. They mostly use the whole time travel aspect that they decided to use in this film revolves around Ant-Man's storyline and the quantum realm. Well, guess what? That's the quantum realm. Why would you go around this whole aspect of doing it as far as a time travel aspect where you could have explored the aspect of it being an entirely new realm all in its own, which could have had Infinity Stones there.
Yeah.
In the comics,
Soul Stone it's basically like a whole realm of existence.
Exactly.
And that's also could have been better time spent showing the snapped away characters, showing how they're interacting and dealing with the situation that they lost. And like we could have seen fill time of seeing the characters that like Scarlet Witch probably meeting up with Doctor Strange,
which I was always banging on. I mean, because
and Black Panther and Spider-Man. It's just
like there's character development and story choices this film just went with that didn't necessarily work, and then just completely fell apart for me as far as my enjoyment of it. I mean, I still enjoyed some of the really cool action pieces, which were very far in space off.
For a 3-hour superhero film, I'm a person who loves action in my superhero movies.
And this just did not do it for me.
They basically just shoehorn all the action they could have done
towards the last
30 minutes.
30 minutes of the film.
And just gone like that. That's not fulfilling at all.
And then, I mean, my biggest stripe against the film is that you end up getting almost all of your characters back, and there's no real ramifications for what happened.
Yeah, they just like try to have their cake in here too.
It's like, no longer Captain America's he's retired, and then Scarlet, Black Widow, she's dead. But whatever.
And the weird time travel situation bring back other characters who would officially have been dead, but they're brought back through time travel means.
I mean, like, where's the real ramification?
There's no consequences.
There really wasn't. There really hardly a consequence in this film. Oh yeah, Iron Man's dead. I was like, those are.
Okay, enough with the bashing of the film. Let's. From what we can't do, like, because we're not saying this is a bad movie, because it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I did enjoy the storyline that Iron Man had. I felt as though for what it's worth, they did a good job in ending his storyline.
Captain America, this is basically his film.
Yeah, this was definitely his film. It's definitely his swan song film, considering this is the last time that particular Captain America is going to be played.
Yeah.
So Chris Evans, he did a good job emphasizing, even though I still feel as though they kind of really they totally solidified in this particular adaptation of Captain America of just how selfish he is.
Yeah,
he's a very selfish character in the MCU.
Through the time travel shenanigans, one of the highlights I do have to admit was seeing Tilda Swinton's. Character.
Oh yeah, the Grandmaster. What's it? Is it the Grandmaster?
I have to look. You MCU fans know.
Yeah,
but she was a very pleasant surprise to see. They did take this tone seriously.
Oh yeah, they took this seriously,
but still, with like that talking about that scope, they missed the opportunity to really broaden it up even more. So it's just and some fan service moments.
That's some true fan service moments. You'll know them when you see them.
This is spoiler. We're barely spoiling here.
Oh, you got a point. I mean, you get to see Captain America take up Thor's hammer, which was teased in Age of Ultron. You definitely get to have that moment.
You're seeing the portal sequence of all of the big moment where everybody comes back for the final battle. That was worth. Look at the whole sequence. Well done.
I wish it was brought up. It was done. The build up for it was done better, but it was definitely cool to see all those characters brought together to fight.
Yeah, but look at the MCU overall. There's clearly some unfortunate happenings that they didn't do. Acknowledge the television universe.
Oh God, yes.
I think the only time they did it in this film was a very small cameo of. Human Jarvis, which is going to be a nod, like a wink nod to Agent Carter, but that's it.
To be honest with you, I mean, talk about
the so-called MCU and the.
It's not MCU. It's really not. Those I refuse to believe that you're trying to say that the television universe or the Netflix ones, even though we understand why that one's not all that great, centered in together. I refuse to connect those. They have hardly any real ramifications. They have no ramifications for the films. The films have ramifications for the shows, to extent.
It's mainly Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, really major. Really, that just that show. But the rest of them is like whatever.
What were y'all doing? Daredevil, hashtag save that show if you can.
God, please do. That's probably one of their best shows ever. But, you know, other than that, it's like there was really no point if you're not going to acknowledge them at all.
No. And I stand by saying from overall, from I saw these 22 films, it's only a good. The franchise is good. We do have to acknowledge that like Kevin Feige and any director involved and anybody who else behind the scenes helped put together a huge franchise of films together and telling this connected story all like through the scope of 11 years is a very accomplished feat.
It is.
It's basically picking back, like built upon from the very first cinematic universe from the Universal movies. People have to remember that Godzilla Toho, that was a very early cinematic universe that they're just now bringing back. And MCU, they helped evolve that form of story.
They definitely did. And when it's going forward from here, you're going to definitely understand just how much of a heavy lifting that the MCU has done as far as a cinematic universe can be told. I feel as though that for any other film movie that's going to go forward, that's going to want to have a cinematic universe, should definitely look towards Marvel, towards what they've done. But understand that when you're looking towards them, you're not just looking at the good things they've done, but also look at their faults and learn from it. I hope that Marvel learns from what they've done. That's the only way that this series, that this particular universe and these movies are ever going to get better.
Down the line, I think personally for me, the next MCU movie is going to be a long time coming.
Yeah, I don't feel the need personally to go out here and watch, you know, this new Spider-Man movie, and then any other movies to be more of the same. I mean, you had an opportunity, especially in Infinity War and Captain Marvel, to slay the lane, to sit down the lines for one of your other great story arcs. But you didn't do it, and I personally don't see it. And I feel as any movie going forward that tries to do it's just going to be it's piggybacking on its own bullcrap. So no, I think the next time that I'm personally going to go watching these films is when they introduce one of my most beloved superhero groups, Fantastic Four. I'll jump back into the boat when that starts coming around here. But otherwise, I'm taking a break.
Yes,
I'm done.
It's about time. Go out, support other films. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Disney, remember Disney and Marvel, Star Wars, they're not the only blockbusters.
They're really not. But as it is, if you like this particular video, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bell for notifications. I'm Aaron.
I'm Adam.
And this has been Seeking Media Productions. See you guys later.
Thank you.